This is a Tape Deck podcast.
Hello and welcome back to We'll Run For. This is your host Tom, and with me, as always, are Aaron.
Hello.
Michael.
Hello.
And Diana.
Hey, how long have we been here?
It's been a while.
Wow.
That's how the sausage is made.
Yeah. So this is part 2 of our supersized 2023 Goal Getter wrap up. Now we're going to be celebrating all of our goal getters in the running community. And I think we're going to start off with some voice memos.
Yes, we are.
Guys, I'm excited about this one. We all know that one of my favorite things is the community. So,
All right. So
let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll start off with let's do Doug.
Hey folks, this is Doug. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I had 3 goals for this year. 1, PR at a half marathon, which I did at the New York City Half in March. I ran 1:46:29, which was about 3 minutes faster than my previous time. My second goal was to move up 1 corral in New York Roadrunner organized races. So your corral is based on your 10K pace. And this year I went from being in corral E to D. And then I did so well at another race that I moved up to corral C. And I actually ran my fastest 10K in 20 years. My third goal was to PR in a marathon. I ran Berlin. Unfortunately, didn't do as well as I wanted to, but it was a good lesson. Marathons don't always go the way you want to, and progress is not always linear. Next up, the Goofy Challenge and Dumbo Double Dare at Disneyland. Cannot wait. Hope to see you at both races, and thanks for all the fun episodes.
Oh, that was awesome. I don't think
Yeah.
we've heard from Doug before. Huh?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not sure. I'm trying to look at his Instagram handle.
But
'cause-
that's some. I mean, Corral C and New York Roadrunners is a nice tidy pace.
I am not really familiar with how Roadrunners does their seating, other than I know that
He said 10K pace.
Yeah, no, I know that. For New York City though, like I don't know how, because I don't know how I got seated even for like the New York City Marathon, because I didn't have a pace, so I don't quite understand how their whole system works.
I don't know.
Unless
I am
you
super
run a
impressed.
race.
And impressed by how professional and great he sounded.
His name is Brooklyn Spoke, and
Oh,
apparently
okay.
we don't follow him, and I'm just I don't follow him personally. Sorry.
Let's do Megan next.
Oh boy, I've heard this one.
Hey friends, it's retired marathoner Megan here. I don't care what my favorite trolls Michael and Diana say, I've retired. Anywho, I've reached my goal of staying injury-free in 2023, and my goal for 2024 is to continue to stay injury-free, and maybe I'll get back to consistently training. Maybe. But I do have an announcement. Marine Corps Marathon in 2025. It's their 50th anniversary, so it's a big one. If Tom registers for Marine Corps in 2025, I'll come out of marathon retirement and run it with him.
Oh, boy.
Did we bully her into marathoning again?
We only bullied her if Tom agrees to do the 2025 Marine Corps Marathon.
Whew, what's that pace requirement?
Yeah, what's that
14?
pace requirement? Seriously.
It's a 16-minute mile.
See, that's not unobtainable. Like, it's over a year away. When is Marine Corps usually?
October.
Not until October. It's the last
it's like-
weekend in
it's like
October,
almost
so it's
2
a
years
year.
from
Yes,
now.
It's almost 2 years from now. My whole reason for getting Runners Club was so I could do the 50th anniversary.
Here's the
So-
deal. Here's the deal. I'm going to go ahead and agree to this in concept. We'll have to have some additional communication around it, but Megan, if this brings you out of retirement, I'll do it.
Oh boy. We haven't even gotten to our 2024 goals, and we've gotten Tom to commit to something for 2025. I got Angie, and I assume Andrew's on here too, but I'm not really entirely sure because I only listened to Megan because of the conversation we had.
And shout out to Angie, who picked up the F-bomb we left in our previous episode. I got a text about that today.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, everyone. It's Angie.
And Andrew.
We're calling in to give our recap of 2023 and goals for 2024. I'll go first. I was really proud of both of us for finishing Dopey. For me, actually, watching Andrew finish his first marathon was more emotional than when I finished my first marathon many years ago at this point. I'm also
rub it in.
I'm also proud of us both for finishing Rockin' the Knob, although I wish I'd felt stronger. Finishing Dopey and having spent most of this year listening to an ultra podcast keeps making me think that I should go run an ultra, but I do not have the time to train for one. So my more realistic goal is going to be to get myself comfortable running at a 10-minute mile pace consistently.
So for me, obviously the biggest goal achieved this year was completing the marathon as part of Dopey 2023, which was my first marathon. I did not make my goals of, beating that 2-hour time limit for a half marathon. And overall this year, I felt like running got a little bit deprioritized with the toddler, which, toddler being the top priority is probably the right choice to make. But that said, as I look forward to 2024, the thing that I really would like to just have as a goal is to get a PR. I think in any race, I don't care if it's a 5K, 10K, half, full. I would just like to get back into training to try and do the best that I've ever done at something, as opposed to just doing the races to continue doing them. The one other thing that I think I'll hold as sort of a stretch goal for myself would be to find something new that I've not done before, whether it's a triathlon or if it's a Ragnar that I've not, in a place that I've not done before. I would like to do something new in 2024, I think is the overall goal that I have.
All right. Happy New Year, all. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I like the something new goal.
I think Angie's goal last year, too, was the 10-minute mile thing when we listened back.
I don't know. I listened to ours, but I didn't listen to everybody else.
Yeah, I listened to the whole episode, so yeah.
Now I think that's awesome, and I think it's good. Angie called out being like realistic with what she has time for with work and winter at home and life. So no, I think working on speed's great, and yeah, I think we're looking for some new stuff in 2024 too. So. I don't know. Right. Let us know, Wack, if we want to do some type of something. I have a birthday next year that I'm not going to talk about.
Yeah, we need to put that on our calendar as well.
So if
you're gonna do something, you got to let us know.
I know. I don't want to commit.
All right, we got Jamie.
Hi, y'all. It's Jamie.
Hey, we'll run for family. After my third attempt at trying this. Just trying to sum up my year. Racing started out slow due to the injuries I dealt with, runner's knee and all, and finally made a turn and started getting better, and then unfortunately dealt with the passing of my dad, who, even though he didn't ever come watch me race, I still feel now that he's there watching me now. But had several races go like I wanted them, and had some that didn't. Myrtle Beach was kind of fell apart on me, but that had a lot to do with the weather conditions that derailed things. And then this past weekend, I finished up with the Huntersville Holiday 5K, and then the Huntersville 10K race this year, and actually ended the year with the 10K and was 3 minutes faster than my time last year, which made me feel real good. Didn't walk but twice, and it was just when I was trying to get some water in and all. So, but looking forward to next year, being injury free. Got some good races kind of already pre-planned. I truly want to do my first full next year. It's just finding the right one at the right place at the right time. And, but just want to tell you guys, appreciated y'all this year. It's been awesome, listening to the shows and, hearing everybody's journeys and, everything. So, just gonna end this with saying love and mercy to all.
Nice. Thanks, Jamie. I feel like it's
That's
been a little
awesome.
while since we've heard from Jamie, so
Yeah.
it's good to hear his voice.
Yeah, I think he had a bit of a tough year. I think
Yeah.
again, like, it's life. Sometimes life gets in the way of running and our goals and the things that we think that we're going to want to be able to do. And
I think we had told him early in the year to just kind of not really focus on Myrtle Beach when he was injured. I know he was going to try. He was worried. He was going to try and still do it. But I'm glad he backed out of that, honestly, for health reasons. It's very smart. And there's always another race another
I think
day.
it'd be a really nice full circle moment, though. In all seriousness, if somehow, Michael, you could pace him to a full, like if that could pan out somehow, that'd be cool.
Well, we were going to try and do it for Myrtle Beach, but obviously he couldn't do it, and I think it would have been tough for us to get down there.
Yeah,
I was going to drive down and
Myrtle
do it.
Beach is a long.
It's a 10-hour drive each way
for us.
I was going to drive.
And there's not any real good like flights into Myrtle Beach
flights,
from here. It's just like it's a nightmare.
Yeah. I was going to drive down on a Friday and drive home.
No, he's got to find something.
Yeah.
He should find something closer.
Yeah.
Halfway between us or something.
Oh, Richmond would be a good one.
Right, we've got Jeremy.
Hey, this is Jeremy in Lexington, North Carolina. I set a goal of running 4 half marathons and 6 other races of varying distances for this year. This was a huge goal for me considering I'd only run 1 half marathon prior to that and maybe 3 or 4 races throughout the year. I also did this with having a minor foot injury about halfway through the year, but I was determined to finish the races that I signed up for. So I'm happy to celebrate those distances, and congratulations to everyone else who had fun and exciting runs that they did this year.
Nice. Jeremy, want to be on Inside the Runner Studio?
Yeah, really?
Right?
Yeah.
He's been He's been around for a little bit now, so hit me up if you want to be on Inside the Runner Studio. Yeah, I agree. As I'm going through some names, I'm like, they haven't been on a Runner Studio. They haven't been on a Runner Studio. Let's get it done. All right. And did you end up playing Amy? No, it didn't play right. All right. And we got Miles and Crown, a new
not a nemesis
of Tom's.
If you listen to the you listen to the Inside the Runner Studio, I agree with her. But this isn't about me. This is all about her.
That is true. That is okay. Okay. We got Amy.
Hey, Will Run for Fam. It's Amy, aka Miles and Crown. So I've had a goal for a while to sub to my half marathon, and 2023 was the first year I could really focus on that. So I was fortunate enough to race twice, and I not only accomplished my goal, I knocked a total of 9 minutes off of my initial PR walking into the year.
Jeez. Told you like a gazelle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's inspiring. I feel like
congratulations. Yeah.
I want to do some like speedy type goals in the next couple years as I'm thinking about them, but we'll see. I've got some in mind, but I don't know if I want to speak them into the universe or just let them happen. But you guys might inspire me.
All right. Let's see. Who else do we got? We've got our friend Wendy.
This is Wendy Larson. I guess I had a pretty good 2023. Hit some pretty big goals. I always thought nothing would ever surpass winning the Boston Marathon and New York City Marathon in the same year, which I did in 2022. But 2023 had some bigger goals and bigger accomplishments. In June, I became the first hand cyclist to do Race Across the West, which was a 925-mile ultra cycling race with 56,000 feet of climbing. Started in Oceanside, California, and ended in Durango, Colorado. And then in November, I won the 24-hour World Time Trial Championships and set a course record at the World Championships. So 2023 was a pretty darn good year for me. I have no idea what I'll do in 2024, but we'll see if I can surpass it. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But do stay tuned because there will be a documentary coming out in 2024 about me doing Race Across the West. I'll be sure to send in details once we know when and where that film will be shown. Happy 2024, everybody.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Really cool.
Just
love it. All right. We'll have to reach out when that happens.
Gosh.
We gotta find out more.
Oh my
Insane.
God.
Are we all gonna fly to the premiere? Is that what's gonna happen?
It's crazy.
How do we make that happen for us?
Man. Like, not to downplay anything I ever do, but like, I think about my goals, and then she does a 900-mile race. Like,
I'm just gonna quickly, like, I know we're gonna go round robin through the rest of these, but I'm gonna quickly piggyback onto Wendy's goal getter with Chris's, which was my 2023 accomplishments can be summed up by, in quotes, I kept my wife alive while she took crazy to an all new level.
Yep.
And mission accomplished.
Yeah, very fair. Very, very fair. Yeah.
Aww.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
love.
What a pair those two are.
Agreed,
I love it. Yes. Oh gosh. I mean, he also had some of his own. He didn't send in anything, but that was his goal getter. But like, you know,
I get
he did his own things.
Yep.
We're gonna get him on an Inside the Runner studio as well.
Yes.
Still so many people out there to get on. All right. Well, that's the voice memos we got. So we're going to go, round robin the way we normally would?
Alphabetically round robin. Yeah.
Alphabetically. So
Diana, you're up.
Yep, that kicks us off with our friend on the other side of the pond, New Zealand.
Which pond?
Poor Laura.
It's just time, geography.
It's all the same. Whatever.
Historical figures.
means
They're all
nothing.
mysteries. They're all mysteries to us. Anyway, Laura, by the way, I just wanted, before I read this, was out there killing it this year. She did so well.
Yes.
Oh my God.
She had a big year.
She had a huge year. Awesome. I set out 2 running goals for 2023. Get a half marathon time sub 2:30 again, and run the Berlin Marathon in sub 5 hours. My 100th race was a half marathon in my hometown, and it was exactly 1 year after I started running again and having my son. My time was 2:22, better than I could have dreamed. Being a mother made me stronger and a faster runner. It took time, consistency, discipline, support from home, and showing up for myself. People said I would never get my pre-pregnancy paces back. That's a tongue twister.
A lot of peas.
Well, they were right. I got faster. I hit 7 different distance PRs this year.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, I didn't realize it was that many. Holy
That's
crap.
I feel like
crazy.
every time she posted something, it was a new PR. It was wild.
Oh my gosh.
I worked the hardest for my big scary goal, the Berlin Marathon. I had such a great race. I'm such a planner, and it turned out exactly like I planned it. I really enjoyed it. The start and the finish were my highlights. My time was 4:57:38. I'm pretty proud of seeing that number 4 in my time.
I
That's great.
love it.
Yeah. Amazing.
Oh my
Yes.
God. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah. Seriously, every single time, you're right. Every single time you'd see her post, it was just something new and inspiring from her. All right. We've got M. Harrell. Started my year completing a bucket list goal of dopey. Finishing with a torn meniscus surgery.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just had that surgery, last week? So she's just recovering right now. My goal is to run again by mid-January.
Wow. That's not too far off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I hear meniscus is nothing's ever easy. But I hear people coming back from meniscus all the time. So
Yeah. Of the knee surgeries. Yeah. We have Dawn B. Joyful. 2023 started great because I completed the Dopey Challenge with my daughter and got to meet all the hosts from Will Run For
Aw, so sweet.
Aw. Rachel likes to run. I set a 5K PR and completed my first half marathon after having my son. I'm so excited to see what 2024 brings.
Oh, yay. We got all these mama runners out there.
Congratulations on that PR.
Yeah, absolutely. Melissa Melly. This year I completed every race, Princess Springtime and Wine and Dine weekends towards my goal of running all the Run Disney races to celebrate 5 years since my cancer diagnosis. I just have Dopey left in January. Amazing. I also fundraised for the American Cancer Society for Wine and Dine and Dopey, which was really meaningful. I completed my first Ragnar this year. Other than that, a few goals fell short, but it's all right. Got to save something for 2024, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, that's a big year.
Oh my gosh. And I got to meet her, and she played, Tom, you'll love this. She was the Princess Buttercup.
Oh.
Yes.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
She also has a podcast that they announced is coming back.
Yeah.
Amateur Detective Club.
Used to be about, one of the things it was about was.
Well, they did Only Murders in the Building, but they've done other stuff with your favorite Jessica. They did a couple episodes or an episode at least, but it's coming back. So I'm excited to hear whatever they pick to.
I saw that promo with my feed. I was like, oh,
nice. Yeah. I'm sure it'll make it onto my Something Good next year at some point. Veruca runs the 401. Our friend Steph of Tomorrowland Productions, another person we have to get on and Inside the Runner Studio. My goal was to properly train for a marathon. Injuries made it almost impossible, but I maintained a schedule and worked on my strength training a lot, which led to a half marathon PR in October. The injury and the heat made a PR for the marathon impossible, but I did check off running in a new state. That would be Hawaii. Where we were just talking about her a little while ago. My God.
That was a race.
That was a race.
Man, they grinded. I give them all the credit in the world.
Yeah. I mean, I know that her and her husband Dan finished a little bit sooner than Linda and Mike, but man, both of them were grinding out there for a long time.
All right, we have Chiquita, Lisa, of course. I completed my first ultramarathon of 100 miles. I wasn't sure if it was possible as a back of the pack runner, but I did it, and it was awesome. Never know until you try.
Amen.
Right.
Yes,
that
was a great weekend.
Yeah, I'm just reading all these names, and she hasn't been on a Runner Studio.
That's fair. That's a good point. Good point.
Like every name, I'm like, you haven't been on. You haven't been. Hey, everyone, be on Inside the Runner Studio. 2024 is going to be another big year for them.
Goal for 2024. Get on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get on.
All right. Heather Cohen. I didn't break 4 hours like I wanted to, but I did cut 53 minutes off my marathon time in a year. So I'm pretty happy with that. For 2024, it's another comeback year. Dopey, then surgery, and another long recovery with the goal of Dopey 2025.
Nice.
So 53 minutes. Can you?
That is incredible.
Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. All right, Mallory. My biggest accomplishment this year was running Dopey 6 months post hysterectomy. The amount of support from my friends was really incredible, and the amount of crying that occurred throughout the marathon that day was slightly embarrassing. Well deserved. The rest of the year for goals wasn't great, and I'm ashamed to say I'm embarrassed things went so poorly, even though I know the majority of it was out of my hands, sickness, extreme heat, etc. You should never be embarrassed.
Agreed.
Yes, agreed.
You know, as we've been saying, life happens. You got to listen to your body. Going into 2024, I'm hoping to give myself more grace. I agree. And look at myself as a whole. 2023 taught me that she's like a little poop emoji, Michael. There you go.
Holy buckets.
Holy buckets. And we can either wallow in self-pity or learn from it.
See, there you go.
She says,
Love it.
P.S. Thanks for being such a great podcast where everyone feels welcome and included. You're a wonderful group, and you should be extremely proud of the community you created.
Oh,
thanks, Mal.
We absolutely are proud of it.
Yay. No, and we're proud. We're proud of you.
You should not be embarrassed by it. You should embrace it and the lessons that you've learned, and be proud of your DNF because I don't know. I think the DNF is nothing to be ashamed of. Shawnee says, I cut almost 30 minutes off of my half marathon time.
Wow.
Finished my second Dopey, and I love my Roll Disney community even more.
No, glad to hear it.
Congratulations.
Glad to hear it. I know she's feeling a little disenchanted last time we spoke. So I'm glad that she's feeling a little better.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Run Disnerd, of course. So looking back, I can't remember all my goals for 2023. The two that stick out most would be PR during Dopey, accomplished, and finishing Boston, accomplished.
Whoop.
Hopefully I remember to write down my goals for 2024.
I mean, those are two huge goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome seeing him finish Boston, honestly. And I know he was super stoked to PR Dopey, the marathon at Dopey.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. Looks like walking, our friend Cheryl. This year I completed my first and last Spartan race as part of my 50 before 50 list.
Wow.
I also completed my first ultra at Hinson Lake 24 hour and had a 5K PR on the 4th of July. Spent most of the first 6 months of the year coming back from an injury, so I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made. You should be. You absolutely should be.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of comebacks this year. Right? Our friend Jack, taking another shot at that BQ 2024 goal.
Yeah. This year he trained really hard for it.
I want to give a quick shout out because I'm disappointed he didn't write a little bit more to us about his Rehoboth experience, but I'm also not sure that he's quite ready to talk about his Rehoboth experience.
It's one of those ones where
because I know it hurts.
Yeah.
He had a really bad day. I had messaged him the day of the race and asked how it went, and he said it didn't go well really at all. And his coach actually wrote one of the nicest posts I think that I've read as a tribute and a testament to who Jack is as both a human and a runner. And I may or may not have cried a bit through it. But just talking about how Jack like is a machine, and like every run he hits everything that his coach asked him to do. He did it to a T, and just the day didn't go his way. But yeah, Jack, we're still really proud of all the hard work that you put in, and watching you do the city strides and running all of the streets while raising money for your dad who had Lewy dementia.
Yes.
Lewy body dementia.
Yes.
And he's been in like every news article in like South
it's been
Jersey
amazing.
recently.
Yes.
He's been on the news. Like I just, Jack, you're amazing. And, take that compliment with a grain of salt if you want, but I just wanted to shout you out a little bit more than you shouted yourself out.
And he did so many towns he completed this year.
Yeah.
Also.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to say he made city strides his bitch. Like, Jack, you put in work this year, man.
Yeah.
So,
and honestly, him doing it like inspired us to do it when we were able to do it together, and then I've kind of continued doing it because I've been doing more long runs. And since
that's the hard part is if you're not doing a long run, it's hard to kind of get around.
Like I can still hit towns that are relatively close on my long runs, but if you got to drive somewhere, then it kind of gets a little,
yeah.
So I'm
Which
still
Jack
doing
does,
local.
obviously.
Oh, he does.
He's
yes,
everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still hitting the local stuff, but that he's been inspiring in that way as well.
Yeah.
We've got Bennett to win it. David, who I got to see and give a big old hug at New York City Marathon. I dove off the deep end this year with running. I always hated running, but finally decided to commit to it and try to enjoy it. Prior to this year, the longest I ran was a 10K. This year, I ran 3 half marathons and the New York City Marathon, and I am now in a final prep for Dopey.
Awesome.
I'm not sure what I like more now, the running itself or the community I've found, but both are great.
That is amazing. Might I suggest trying an ultra after Dopey? Because you'll have the training.
Michael is pushing the Dopey to Ultra pipeline very hard. It's like this is
my thing. Yeah.
That he will try to push on everyone. It's not that different. I don't know. It felt different.
I'm just saying, guys, think about it. All you Dopey people, think about this.
I think the problem is you're just so burnt out from the training from Dopey.
But I think you could just take 3 weeks off and then just do one.
Oh my god!
You don't really need.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Anyway, regardless, talk to me, people. We got AJ Whiskey. Didn't finish my first 10K, but not letting that stopping me from training harder for my second 10K in January.
Love it.
There's nothing wrong with a DNF. Nothing wrong. You went for it. That's what matters. You went for it. And don't listen to like these distances, like other people do anything like that and get discouraged in any way. Everybody has their own scope that they're going for. So it really, like, a 10K is hard.
Yes.
Like, 10K is hard.
You are in competition with nobody but yourself. Our friend Kate. I'm happy that I just started running again. I just want to keep it up. I have no goals, and I met no goals other than to get my postpartum butt moving again. I have 3 kids, and with that many kids, that's good enough for me.
That's very fair.
That's fair. And she'll be at springtime with us. So,
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So she'll at least be training for that with me this spring.
Yes.
Nice. Lisa knits and trains. My favorite goal getter moment of 2023 was surviving the year.
Fair enough, Lisa.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was it's been kind of rough for our little podcast community. The past 18 months has not been great.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So we'll look for 2024 on the horizon, but I had a lot of downs for me this year, and I survived, and that's a huge up. I was able to raise over $5,000 for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation.
Awesome.
Thanks in part to this running community. Thank you all for supporting me when I was sick or injured and supporting my fundraising.
Yeah, that is amazing. She is always raising for that, and that is great. And regardless if she can get that out there, and I know she was trying to get the ride. She wanted to do a century ride too, was it, during the year? And then that kind of got thwarted, and it's just one of those years.
Yep.
All right, we got Jacqueline, who says she completed her 40th race this year to celebrate her 40th birthday.
Whoop!
I love that.
Yeah, that's a great goal. Celebrate that.
Yes, for sure. Stephanie Donahue, 2023 was a year for me. I ran my first half marathon without training. Then I ran my second and third halves with a training program. From the girl who never dreamed of doing this 3 years ago, I've accomplished so much in the running world this year. Not only in distance, but in time too. On my second half, I knocked a ton of time off and got my first in-person half down to less than 2 hours.
Oh my
which was
God.
my goal.
Wow.
So what will next year's goal be? Who's ready for 2024?
It's amazing. It's amazing what a little training will do.
Yeah, it is weird.
Just a sub 2 half. Yeah. No big deal.
Weird how the training.
Oh,
is,
that's so great, Steph.
That's amazing.
Oh, how appropriate is this? All right.
Wait,
for you.
Were you
For
done?
you.
Were you
Yeah.
done?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought
That's why I said how appropriate.
How appropriate.
Yeah.
You
How
got
appropriate. You
EcoFit.
got
Hey, no,
EcoFit.
I know. I'm very happy. So EcoFit, round 3 of getting 10,000 plus steps per day every day in 2024.
It's so hard, Eco. It's so
Post-
hard.
It is.
Post all the fur baby content. Contest Tom's every post real story about Taylor. Meet up with you guys at some point, in person at some point, and get back to some kind of consistent training. EcoFit, I'll say this. I know sometimes, like, it's grueling, right? And you feel like you're in this nonstop cruel summer where you're never out of the woods. And I know all too well that sometimes you just need to shake it off. So it's not about your reputation.
Oh my God.
Like, when 2024 is right on our doorstep, are you ready for it?
Oh my
And
God.
we'll do it together. And you're
You
my
belong
favorite.
with me.
What's that?
You belong with me.
You belong with me.
I cannot.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. All right. Alicia shares her story. I fell short on my marathon PR goal for 2023, but I'm hopeful I can make my goal in 2024 at Chicago. I also want to add 2024 making strength training happen 3 times a week. There's some word copy and paste there. Sorry, I was having trouble.
It is weird how believe me, I've been there. The last episode, I had some interesting copies and pastes.
But no, Alicia, again, be kind to yourself. You're not going to PR every single race. But I think that strength training will help for 2024.
Oh, for sure.
I know that she commented when Mal commented on our first initial time we posted about when she said, when she was like, what if I didn't make my goals or whatever? And that's when I said, we want to celebrate everyone. And Alicia said the same thing, like that she didn't make her goals. But
that's it.
You know what? Sometimes you don't make your goals, but it's about the journey, right? So celebrating every moment of the journey is just as important as the actual accomplishment of the goal.
This is very true.
So we will enjoy watching you take that journey next year. Tanya says, I basically got my dream job.
That's
Yay.
amazing. Yeah.
That's the one where she now plays with dead people, right?
Oh, really?
Right? Didn't she become like a coroner or something like that?
She wanted to do something like that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. had this conversation when she was on the Runner Studio. She said that she wanted to be Yes. You did. So did I. We all had this. That's why I'm saying it
block
like
it out
that.
of my memory because I'm traumatized?
Because I'm pretty sure she said that she wanted to play with dead people, and we were all like, "I'm sorry, what?" And now she apparently does. So
there you go. That's successful.
Well, that's horrifying. Congratulations.
A medical examiner. That is what. So this is actually a significant job and a significant accomplishment.
Yes.
I'm not taking away from it.
It is very important and also horrifying.
At the same time.
It can be both.
And I successfully fundraised and ran New York City this year for my 10th marathon.
Nice job.
I also got to hug her at the New York City Marathon.
Jen runs a 50. The achieved goal is I completed my first marathon and under 6:30. Goal was for under 7. That's
nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Goal for 2024, complete Dopey and Chicago.
Nice.
And that's Dopey's in a few weeks.
You know, Chicago, we didn't even talk about that. Chicago this year had like the largest entrance field for a lottery, and I've saw more rejections than I've ever seen. It used to be one of the easiest majors to get in, where like
I feel like everybody's
70%, 60 to 70% of the applicants got in, and like last year I think was the first year under 50% got in, and this year I think it was even less. So Chicago is getting harder and harder to get in too.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
All right, so last but certainly not least is the better half of Run Disnerd, our friend Kelly. Kelly says, wanted to complete my first half marathon before I turned 45 on the 24th of January, and I did it.
Oh, yay.
Yes, you did.
It's amazing. Also, they are the cutest together. Like, they
seriously,
radiate love.
they are like the most dapper couple that has ever existed,
and incredibly nice. We've been fortunate enough to hang out.
I can't believe you missed your chance to hang out with Run Disnerd at Jollywood.
I know, we were on different nights.
Oh, were you?
They were different nights. Yeah. It was,
I thought somebody said that you guys were there together.
No, they were there the second night, and you guys were the third night or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't, because
it's not like we were in the same party or hotel, like. Like Frumpa.
I don't know. I thought that Run Disnerd sent a message to us and said that he thought he was in Hollywood Studios at the same time as you. Maybe it wasn't Jollywood. Maybe it was just Hollywood Studios in general.
That day or
the same day you guys were.
Yeah, before the party started. That's possible. That is possible.
I saw that message from him. I don't know if any of you, whether you even ever responded. Was that on our Instagram?
I don't know.
Also, I had gotten a new phone before we went down to Disney, and like my stuff wasn't set up yet. Like I had to re-log into all this crap.
Yes, you got it. Yeah.
So like I hadn't done it. So like I wasn't connected to like
couldn't even
access
it.
Yeah. Like I've just been setting up email. I can't get my Garmin to connect properly, so it's just all my random Peloton stuff from Strava. So that'll be one of my goals is to get my phone completely set up.
He said, was listening to the episode and also realized I was in Hollywood Studios at the same time as Tom and Diana.
Damn.
Oh.
See?
Oh, man.
I was going to say, I knew I saw that on...
always a bridesmaid, never
messages.
bride.
Yeah.
I think it's because we kind of secret tripped it. We didn't like advertise we were going down there.
Yeah.
Not for any reason. We just didn't.
Well, I feel like we have... like trips like that, like our last trip, we didn't tell anyone we were going down.
Yeah,
at all.
That's true.
Some trips we like make it a point to tell like the
depends if
there's local. Yeah, that's true.
I did try and slide into Christie's DMs as per usual, but they were busy.
Oh yeah, I think they were busy when we were there. Actually,
they were on a cruise.
They were on a
They were on a cruise.
Surprise! They were on a cruise.
They go on cruises.
Who goes on more cruises, them or Zane?
Good question.
Zane moved to a cruise ship.
He now has like 5 cats, but
I know. Anyway,
yeah. So that was it. That was our recap for 2023 for the Will Run For community.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, and we've got any
January 1st.
words of wisdom to wrap us up?
No.
We rely on Tom for that.
Thank you guys so much for a great year and for sharing everything. And yeah, just keep being kind to yourselves. And
Yeah,
we've had a decent number of new listeners this year.
Yeah.
If you haven't reached out to us, or if you're not reaching out to us regularly, feel free to. If we've got some listeners out there, I mean, the listenership to feedback is always people go through phases. So but we know we have more listeners out there who don't necessarily give us feedback. If you want to join the community,
Oh, we're on Threads. I run the Threads account.
Oh,
what is
I created the Threads account, but then never did anything with it.
Didn't that launch and then everyone forgot about it? Like,
no, it's actually
very
pretty
active
now.
It's pretty active.
There's actually a really good running community on there.
Yeah, like
a
lot of my Instagram shows me like suggested threads. So a lot of my Instagram, well, I'm just saying that a lot of my Instagram friends are actually active on it because I see it regularly.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting ready to delete social medias, not add more.
That's fair. I understand that.
Yep.
I have the Will Run For account pretty targeted to running. So
that would make sense since we are running podcasts.
I like a lot of running stuff just to keep a lot of running stuff in the feed. So
there you go.
Yeah. So hit us up on Threads. I'm there.
Okay.
Nobody else is doing it, just me.
Yeah, I have.
I have access to it. I think I have access to it. I was the one who created it and then tagged all of us on it, but
So if you talk to somebody on there, it's me.
Okay.
If you talk to somebody on Instagram, it could be anybody.
Except Diana.
Except for Diana.
And I would like to continue to thank the three of you for doing all the actual work. And I will continue to show up and
keep
sometimes
a calendar.
prepare.
Guys, did you
gotta
realize
keep the calendar.
It's true. You are actually the person who knew what we were doing on like what days. So there's that. And I was going to say something else about something, but now I forget. So ADHD.
Let's go to bed because, guys, we've been recording for over 3 hours.
Spoiler alert. We'll see you in 2024 for another. Oh, that's what I was going to say. We are going to hit 100 episodes and our 4-year anniversary right around the same time in like the March, April, May time, depending on how things shake out. We're going to have a big 100th episode and then our 4-year anniversary. Can you believe we've been doing this for 4 years?
Yes.
God,
it feels like we've been doing this for 4 years tonight. I'm kidding. I love it. I love it. We love it. We love everybody. We honestly do.
We've got to start thinking about the virtually live race. And he got offended and was like, I am already on it.
You're already on it. I forgot it existed.
There's
it's like, okay.
I am always thinking about what I want to do with it.
I would like to see a sketch for the medallion for this year. And this time I will make sure I save it so that you can.
No, but in all sincerity, thank you everybody who sent in a goal.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody who has listened to this podcast or supported this podcast. We really appreciate every single one of you. And we look forward to big things in 2024. And with that, we will bid you a fond farewell. No quote, because I couldn't find the right Taylor Swift lyric. So we will just say good night, and we will talk soon.
Happy New
everybody.
Year!
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back. So we have a few more that came in since we recorded, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. And here we go. Here's a couple of them.
We got Sandy Began, who says that her goal was to get to the end of the year. Goal accomplished.
We can say that's official now because it is actually New Year's Eve for us at this moment. So
true. Lots of other goals, not so much, but still hoping. Emily O'Keefe, actually, who had already sent in some, she also sent in a new challenge. It said she would officially like to challenge Tom to get 10,000 steps per day in 2024. For every day she misses, she'll have to listen to a Taylor song of his choice. And for every day he misses, she gets to pick a song for him to listen to. No, it won't be as long as Freebird or anything longer than 4 minutes.
Interesting. I like that.
It sounds like Tom accepted it, but that said there needs to be bigger stakes.
Mm-hmm. What if every time he lost, Dave Matthews came by and dumped his bus's porta pot on his head?
We'll have to get an update from them on the next episode as to where they fell in line with that or what they decided on. We got Greg in Orlando who says that his goal is to run the year, at least one self-made adventure run. So I guess his goal is to run the year, or he ran the year. Not sure. But I think his new goal is at least one self-made adventure run.
That makes sense. Well, it's good that he's easing back into training after being injured.
Yeah, he's like you, who's like, I've been injured, but I'm going to do a 60-mile week for absolutely no reason.
Seems reasonable.
Okay. Jen Hall said that she finished every race she started. Mission accomplished. Didn't start a few races I signed up for, but looking forward to resetting and starting the year off with a half marathon finish. Nice.
Sounds good.
And we finally have Michelle K, who says her big goal for 2023 was attempting a full Ironman was not accomplished. I spent a lot of the year feeling broken. Don't we all, Michelle? I did manage significant PR in the 70.3 distance in September, and for 2024, my only goal is to not feel as broken as I did this year.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, I agree with that. Simple, achievable things.
Mm-hmm. All right, is that the last one?
That is the last
That's it. We're ending the year with Michelle.
Thank you so much, guys.
Bye.